Mississippi. I'm shuffling through the Texas sand, but my head's in Mississippi. The blues has got a hold of me. I believe I'm getting dizzy. Thinking about that night in Memphis. Lord, I thought I was in heaven. I keep thinking about the night in Memphis. I thought I was in heaven. But I was stumbling through the parking lot of an invisible 7-Eleven. What was I doing out there? Last night I saw a cowgirl. She was floating across the ceiling. Last night I saw a naked cowgirl. She was floating across the ceiling. some voodoo healing. Where's my head, baby? Somewhere in Mississippi, Lord.
Just got paid today, got me a pocket full of change. Said I just got paid today, got me a pocket full of change. If you believe like working hard all day, just step on my shoes and take my pay. I was born my papa's son. When I hit the ground, I was on the run. Have one left hand and the other behind. You can have yours, just give me mine. When the hound dog barked in the back of the night, stick my hand in my pocket and my thing's alright. Just got paid today, got me a pocket full of change.
What's up, Cyberspace Cadets? That's right. It's Sunday. You know what that means? It's Ice Cream Sunday. That's right. Ice cream, you scream. We all scream for ice cream because ice cream is a treat. And the reason I named it ice cream is for that very reason. To me, a treat is talking to somebody that I find exciting, somebody I find interesting, somebody I want to know more about. And today's guest is no exception to that. Started seeing her pop up in chats here and there, and then and she was being really cool and putting my content out there, and I was really appreciating that. And then I noticed that a couple of nights ago she had something going on. It was a test, so I've kept my eye on it, and it's like, okay, so they're going to start doing something cool. And that's what I like to do here, is to, turn y'all on to some of the new faces around here, because, or we can just sit and watch all the drama YouTubers like freak out on each other. I mean, my God, they're just going off the chain. But without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Becca Fehrle.
Hello, everyone.
What's up?
How much? How's it going?
Going pretty good. And I need to tell that you are now graduated from Cyberspace Cadets. You have graduated the academy, and now you are a Cyber Fam. So
nice.
Yes, we're upgrading everybody as of Thursday. So I just want to, if you didn't catch that, catch it today. Catch it now. So, and if you have any questions for Becca during the show, jot them down, because I'll have a space at the end for you guys to hop in. Let's say hey to some folks before we get going. How about that? Critical Lindsay, greetings, sister. Grilling Pirate Pete, Ryan Walters, welcome aboard. Cynical Lindsay again. Oh, Towels, W.R. Costin, Sir Adamantine. There it is. B Token, W.R. Costin. I said, I keep seeing the same, it's my brain just goes. Functional. Red Foreman, of course. Red Foreman waited 48 hours for this. So he's dedicated. Wow. Yeah, you got a fan, dude.
With some dedication.
Indeed. Duck Dog, greetings. TOS, greetings. So yeah, let's get going here. What I got is a series of questions. We'll start at YouTube, and then we'll kind of go into who you are, and then when we're done, we'll end up right back at YouTube, and then we'll finish out. And you can traditionally what we do is we shill everybody out. The links to Becca's YouTube and to her Twitter are in the description. So make sure you subscribe to her immediately. Pop over there and pop back. It gives me another hit. Hey, man, why not? And if you like it, if you don't like it, fucking hit like. I don't care. Please. We need the like button hit. Just, hit, anyway. So, Miss Becca. So how long have you been around YouTube, watching YouTube, and what made you decide to start doing this?
Been watching YouTube since 2014 off and on. Nothing too fantastic, mostly like pet and dog videos. Mm-hmm. Around 2018, I got a little more into the political thing. I started noticing the political stuff and following political YouTubers here and there. And then it started meeting people in chats and talking to them more and more. And Johnny Bonsacco and Mr. Moo were one of the two, and we decided to start a Discord. And the more we talked, the more we were like, let's start our own thing.
Right.
So that's what happened.
Well, cool. So all right, what's the idea behind what you're bringing to the deal? How much of what people are going to see when they watch the show right now is, what are you calling it? It's
no opinion.
No opinion.
Just 100% clickbait. It's all opinion.
It's complete bullshit, right? Exactly. Exactly. And I dig that, man. I like that a lot. Let's see. So what are we going to see when we watch No Opinion? How much of that is really you?
It's 100% me. I troll Johnny and Moo and pick on people in the chat and just myself. And what we do is Moo is our more serious one. He likes to do the articles, so to the political stuff. Johnny likes bringing the jokes and the laughter, and I like making fun of both of them. Just being girl of the group, so it's pretty fun. We're still working some stuff out, but I think we figured out what we want to do.
Yeah, you have to feel that chemistry out. It takes about 2 or 3 months of shows, in my experience. Yeah, and that's just takes doing it, right?
That's right.
So, all right. So this is the first personal question that I ask everybody: Is there a food from your childhood that you cannot stand when you were a little kid, but now you like it as an adult?
That would have to be very typical broccoli. I hated broccoli. I love it now.
Yeah.
I will take it with any meal if it's available.
Sweet. Broccoli. Another one for broccoli. There's a tally. Broccoli's winning, by the way.
I'm sure. I figured most people would say broccoli.
Oh, who was the most influential person from your childhood?
I would say that would be my grandmother on my father's side.
Okay.
It was around a lot. We were pretty similar in temperament. We had the cats. I loved cats. But she was the one I looked up to.
Okay. So let's see. What kind of kid were you, would you say?
Starting out, I was very nice and sweet and innocent. And by the time I hit junior high, I became rebellious. Not in front of my parents. I knew lines with my parents. I was mostly behind their backs and hoping to get away with it. So I was probably what you would call a bully.
Oh, well, let's hold that for a second. So, all right. Do you have any siblings?
I have 3, and they're all younger.
Okay, so you're the eldest.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get all the shit, and they get away with everything. That was my
much.
experience. Yeah, pretty much, exactly.
Pretty much.
All right. So, all right, and we're going to come back to what you were alluding to there. All right. So, do you have a favorite holiday that holds a lot of meaning for you, particularly?
Halloween, hands down, is my favorite holiday. I will go all out for Halloween. I think it's just I'm into the creepy side of things. So that caught my attention. My dad loved jumping off the roof and scaring us while we were trick-or-treating and kind of adopted that and made it my own.
Did Dad drink a little bit? I'm kidding.
Not much. Shockingly, the things that he did, you would think that he drank, but not very much.
It sounds like a fun dad, actually, to be honest, you know?
He is amazing, and he's great with the grandkids.
Sweet. So Halloween. So yeah, I was going to say it's like either ladies that are into Halloween are into it for like the costumes and they do the sexy shit. And I don't know. I'm always dedicated to horror, so you know me.
I was never into the sexy characters. I'm in the pure ugly or creepy characters.
Yeah, chill somebody's spine. All right, using one word, how would you describe your family?
Trolls. All trolls.
All trolls?
Yeah, we're all trolls.
Right. Is it all girls? Did you say?
No, it's 1 sister, 2 brothers.
Okay, so it's 2 and 2. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No fights there, right?
Of course not. We all love each other.
So if you could go back in time and talk to yourself at the age of 8, what would you tell young Becca?
Ignore the boys. Not to get the boy crazies, which I obviously did.
Yeah.
All girls. Yeah. You hit your teens and it's like, oh, it's all the little hottie teen boys. Should have focused more on school.
So what was elementary and middle school like for you?
Elementary, I don't remember too much because we did move around a few times when I was in elementary.
Was there a reason y'all moved? Or?
My dad's job was just moving from state to state. So we moved from Texas to Idaho, from Idaho to Oregon, and back to Texas. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So I don't remember very much because I changed schools so much. The rest of it, I was a good student. I thought I was pretty bright. Things just kind of went downhill when we hit junior high.
right?
Yeah, I turned into that rebellious child.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So you were talking about being a mean girl, maybe?
Just a tad.
Talk about that a little bit.
So I had all male friends. Didn't get along with the females well. I had all male cousins, so it's just my sister and I on both sides of the family. We were the only females. And I like to do the rough and tumble and flex on people, and a lot of females couldn't handle that. So I learned how to become a bully. And I was the shortest one. It was like that Chihuahua complex. If I talk big, maybe they'll leave me alone type thing.
Right.
So that probably lasted right until graduation. Then I just ate and moved on with life.
So all right. You said how tall are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 5 foot.
Okay. So yeah, you're a petite one, as one might say. Yeah, and I've seen that, especially with girls. I call them sawed-off blondes. They're usually blonde. You know, very, very, very strong personality. That's a good thing. So, what's the craziest thing would you say you did as a kid? Kid shit.
We did the mudding thing around here, tearing up rice fields, getting from game wardens, getting into trouble a lot, but never enough to ever get busted or arrested. I always managed to get away.
Yeah. So, all right, what about the first time you played doctor or got with a guy? What was that like?
Really disappointing. I was 15 and it was nothing great, nothing to brag about. Happened once and we just kind of parted ways.
So, what about the first time you got shit-faced? What was that about? What was that like?
I was probably 15, and my best friend's parents had a kind of small bar in their garage, and broke into the Fuzzy Navels and got so shit-faced. I was so sick the next morning, and I was terrified my parents would find out. So I just hung out at her house for another day to kind of sleep it off, and went back and surprisingly pulled it off. Nobody asked any questions.
Man, what about the first album? What was your first album? Do you remember? Music?
I think it was a Garth Brooks one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I don't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was Garth Brooks because I was a little into the country scene at the time, and then I had moved into rap.
So what's your go-to music now?
Rap. 90s rap, R&B. I don't like the current stuff.
Yeah.
The auto-tune is just, it ruined it.
Do you twerk?
No, I do not. I have no skill in the twerking game. I have tried and embarrassed my children.
That's funny.
I have no talent in the twerking game.
Yes. All right. So, what about music? What about a guilty pleasure music-wise?
I'm finding that I like bluegrass a lot.
Oh yeah, man.
So, I've been listening to Deep South. I don't know if you've heard of them. And just listen to them when, like, before a stream. I will jam out to them, and I'll listen to that while I'm getting ready for the day. I don't think I've ever told anyone.
That's kind of cool. You know, yeah. It's like I dig bluegrass. If you get the right kind, you know, those guys are very, very talented musicians. They're very, very apt. You know, they're not lazy at all when it comes to playing their music.
And I watched a few YouTube videos, and I was like, oh wow, yeah, they're almost rock star level. The performance of it all. Right. I just never knew that. When I heard bluegrass, I was like, oh yeah, pick your banjo. Sounds real exciting.
But man, you can get some rock and roll going too, man, with that little rockabilly shit.
Yeah.
So all right, let's talk about high school in specifics. What was that like? The 4 years of high school. You're boy crazy, and you're trying to get shit done, trying to graduate. What happened?
Freshman, sophomore year were okay. Freshman year was nerve-wracking a little bit in a new school. To feel a little grown. Sophomore year was okay too. I started getting bored. It was the end of the year. We started our junior year, and I was just like, why am I here? And I essentially skipped my entire junior year of high school. I only came in to take tests and exams. And about a week or two before school ended, my dad busted me.
Holy shit.
He had actually followed me to my boyfriend's house, and he was pissed. So grades were okay. Could have promoted to senior on the grades, but because of the absences, they held me back a semester. I had to take summer school and kind of play the catch-up game.
Right.
And then my senior year, I was like, all right, this is last year. I'll just focus and get it done with. And that's what I did.
So, all right. So you get out of high school. What happens next?
Met a guy, pregnant at 18, and we got married. And had another kid. And it wasn't working out, so we divorced. And I decided it's time to get serious because now I'm a single mom with 2 little ones. And my second husband, we worked together and got married, and he re-enlisted in the Navy. And I just kind of did the mom thing and stayed at home until our daughter went into school. And I was like, I'm bored and I need to do something with my life. So to this school, a legal degree, and went into the law field.
Oh wow! So you're like a paralegal or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good money, man, and you do fucking all the work too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a buddy who's a lawyer, man. He's a lazy motherfucker. I'll just say that right now. Shit, he has the paralegal. I mean, writing pages and pages and pages of shit. Oh my God, Lordy.
You're definitely, some people, when I say paralegal, they're like, well, what is that? And say we are the nurses in the legal field. So
Yeah.
you have the nurses and the doctors, and you have the paralegals and the attorneys.
Well, it's the same relationship. The nurses do all the shit work, and the doctors take all the glory, right?
That's right. And they make all the big money too.
It's like, holy shit, you're getting $200 an hour. Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. You know, for
insane.
pay you by the word, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Make some real money if that was the case.
so all right. So obviously, you're married and you have some children. Talk about your kids, and what was that like? You know, giving birth and.
The first one was a little rocky. I was 18. Had no idea what I was doing. Pregnancy was okay. Kept trying to come early. Ended up being about a month mature, healthy. Second one was a fairly decent pregnancy. She was late. She's definitely a middle child. And the third one was kind of forced labor because my husband was set to deploy. We didn't want him to miss the birth of his kid, so we kind of forced that one out. And her personality speaks of it. She's like, you can't force me to do anything now. Force me into the world. I'm not going to do anything you tell me to do.
Hard-headed. You got a hard-headed one. Yeah, they usually call that grandma's revenge or some shit like that, right?
Oh, most definitely. And she is a good mix of me and my husband. She has the first of both of us. She is a little sneaky little devil.
So where did you learn to bust balls like you do, man? I mean, because I was checking out some of the no opinion stuff, and it was like you were cracking me up, man. I'm amazed these dudes even hang out with you, man. You know, it's like Jesus.
Gluttons for punishment.
Well, it's not as like you emasculate as much as you emasculate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think it's because I had all male cousins. They always tried to make me feel like I was the weak one because I was the girl. Like, oh, sit there and look pretty. You can't play football with us. You can't do this. And I think that's really when I started being the bully, because they were bullying me. So I started picking up on the way they thought, the things that they said, and I would mimic them. Now in my adult stage of life, I can kind of predict how guys are going to respond in certain things, and I try to beat them to the punchline.
Right.
It's hilarious because a lot of them will be shocked. Like, I can't believe you just said this. But my husband's good training because we always bust on each other.
Right.
It's like a game for us.
What's his job, if you don't mind me asking?
He's a chief in the Navy.
Okay. So he's doing actual flotation work there.
Oh, yeah, he's been in for 20 years. He's ready to retire. Not sure if he really wants to come home to me, but we'll find out.
Hey, man. You seem all right to me so far. You doing? Go ahead.
I'm the most lovable person. I don't know.
Yeah. Say hi to some people in the chat that I noticed came in. Ismail made it. All right. It is official now. It's an official ice cream with Ismail Ali here. Always lost nothing else. Hey, man, what's going on? You don't owe me shit, dude. Mr. Moo, greetings. Yes. I've seen you. I've heard you eviscerated live, and it's okay. I understand. I've been there. Ryan Walters, yes. Greetings. Showgraph, you've been blued. And Mr. Mooney's been blued too. I'm creating a wrench no state slowly. We were invaded by rogue asshats, but we weeded them out, and now we're, like I said, we're the cyber fam. So all right, so let's kind of shift gears and talk about like entertainment and stuff. We had talked about a little bit about you being into like Halloween, and what about horror films? Are you a fan of horror movies, that kind of thing?
100%.
Okay.
I love them.
All right. So who's your favorite horror director? Who's your go-to?
Of course, she would ask for details. I don't know any of the directors. Freddy Krueger is my all-time favorite.
Okay.
All of them.
Wes Craven. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where my girl brain comes in, and I'm just like, I don't know who did this. Just know I liked watching it. I typically don't dig deep into the films. Couldn't tell you actors' names. I couldn't tell you director names. I can just tell you what movies I like.
That makes sense.
It drives my husband insane.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he's more into the deep dive. I'm not.
Yeah, have you seen any recent stuff? Like anything come to mind that you liked?
Oh, surprisingly, Stephen King's It remake, I actually enjoyed. I thought they were going to ruin it, like all remakes, in my opinion, ruined the originals, but I actually enjoyed them more than the original.
Yeah, the effects were a lot better.
They were.
Sure. Yeah. And the kids were better actors too. So
most definitely. And they brought in some things from the book that they didn't do in the original. And I don't know, I just really loved it. That's kind of the kick I'm on right now, is the Pennywise kick.
That's an interesting concept, you know. And I can imagine, because Stephen King's made that kind of a topic a couple of times with Pet Sematary, the death of a child, that kind of thing. And I can imagine as a parent that it hits you a lot differently than it would like somebody that doesn't have kids like me, right?
Right.
Because I can imagine that kind of horror. There's nothing worse, I wouldn't imagine, than a parent losing a child.
Most definitely.
Yeah. So that's why it makes it a good tool for horror, right?
Exactly.
It punches you in the gut. Good horror, man, punches you in the gut and does not give a fuck. And it's like Ari Aster did Hereditary. Have you seen that?
I think I saw the beginning of it and fell asleep.
The whole thing.
My sister recommended the movie, and I just chose to watch it at the wrong time. I had a long day, and I don't even know if I really truly made it through the beginning.
Okay.
Like I was out before it really started.
That's one of those that it'll bog you down in melodramatics, and then it'll start punching you in the stomach with melodramatics, and then it kind of changes gears and becomes horror somehow. It's good shit. He's a good director. He's your generation's, in my opinion, Alfred Hitchcock. And that's that's saying something. That's just my opinion. What about true crime? You ever watch ID?
Not really. Not much into the TV. When I was watching TV, it was more of the reality, like Real Housewives stuff, Big Brother, Survivor. Once I went to work, I just cut out TV completely.
Right. You just got just not much time.
Yeah, I would work and then watch YouTube on my streamers.
There you go. That's cool, man. And I definitely appreciate you being there. Every time in the chat over there, raising hell and doing a good job. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. What about books? Any book you're into? I'm
a huge book nerd. I'm really into Stephen King, of course, and Dean Koontz. All-time favorite is Gone with the Wind.
Oh, wow.
My grandmother was huge into that, and they introduced it to me when I was in about 7th grade. That was the first time I read the book. I've probably read it 8 times since.
That's kind of nifty to be able to go back, and when you have a relationship with a book like that, I think it's a good thing. It's a, let's see, what about, do you like sci-fi?
Not very much.
Or what about anime?
No. I'm not into the fantasy. I've never watched Star Wars.
Right.
Never got into the Harry Potter stuff. I just stick to horror stuff. I try to stay away from romance. The thriller, mystery, horror genre is where I go.
Right. Did you see the when it was a TV series, the Hannibal TV series? Did you catch that?
No, I did not.
Dude.
And I didn't even know it was out. And what some people were talking about, I was like, wait, what? It was a thing? So it's on my list of things to try to find and watch.
Yeah, it's out there. I'll hook you up. Talk to me after the show.
Okay.
I'll hook people up with stuff. That's right. So, all right, we talked about sci-fi. Let's see. What about just favorite TV series ever?
Don't know. I know what am I gonna say. Law and Order. I think I've seen every episode.
Oh my God, there's like 1,000 of those too.
Yeah, and it's not the newer stuff. It's the original Law and Order, the stuff my parents watched.
Yeah, with the God, what was that guy's name? Michael Moriarty playing the DA. Yeah, the very first season. It was really it's old shit.
And no matter how many times I've seen an episode, if it's on, I automatically just sit down and watch it. Don't know it. It will completely call to me. I'll ignore everything around me and just watch it.
That's cool. Yeah, Starship Troopers is like that, and Pacific Rim, those two movies pull me in like that. I just have to watch it. God damn it,
Yeah.
Just like, God damn it, just whatever. Yeah. Let's see. All right. So, what about? All right. Do you have any scars?
I do, mostly on my legs, just from doing stupid kid stuff. I did have skin cancer a couple years ago. Sounds so gross. So had a wart on my calf. My dad was like, "Oh, just put some freeze away stuff on it," and morphed into a nipple. I was like, "This is not right."
Right.
So I finally went to the dermatologist and had to cut a chunk out of my leg. I've got a gruesome scar on my calf.
Yeah. Was it painful?
Just a couple of days afterwards, because he had to cut out a little bit of muscle. So it was pulling, and it's just mostly uncomfortable. After a few days, I was to go.
Okay. All right. What about tattoos? You got any tats?
No, but I want one so bad. But I'm almost 40, and my husband's like, "You're allergic to everything. You'll probably be allergic to the ink. Let's not risk it."
Yeah. If you did get one, what would it be?
It will be a very small, like a heart infinity anchor type thing on the inside of my wrist.
Cool. Like the 8, the sideways 8.
Yeah. And my ex-brother-in-law did custom paint jobs for lowrider trucks, and he designed it. I've been messing with it ever since. I know in reality, if I ever went into a tattoo shop, I'd probably puss out and run out. Like, no, I'm not doing this.
You think so?
I think so.
What about piercings?
Typical, just piercings. I got 2 in each ear.
Right.
Nothing crazy.
Are you allergic to like metals besides gold?
It has to be pure metal. Even the posts that are coated,
Mm-hmm.
it will affect my ears, and they always try to close up. Other than that, I have just the ears.
All right, so here's the question. In 40 years, what do you think people will be nostalgic for?
Sadly, I think family gatherings. I think that is dying. I don't know. After this lockdown and people are spending more time with each other, maybe they'll get back to it. But before the lockdown, I started seeing like my kids' age, their generation, they didn't really appreciate family time. Parents seem too busy for their kids now. So I think that's going to be long gone in probably 40 years.
Yeah, it's like that song "Cats in the Cradle."
I love that song.
Yeah, it's a good song. Yeah, so yeah, for people, all right. So if you're listening to this as a recording, and you're not, we're doing that damn COVID lockdown thing. All right, just want to make sure everybody for historical, to establish a historical landmark here for people. You want to kind of talk about that for a minute? What do you think? What do you think about all this stuff, man?
I think it's ridiculous. 100%. Should have never on a mass lockdown and shut down the economy. I think what they should have done is protect the ones that were at high risk, elderly, immune, efficient people, like high risk people. And not everyone needed to be on a damn lockdown. It's an election year. Yeah. So that's what I chalk it up to. It's an election year, and anything to scare people into a panic, and daddy government's here to save you. So it's ridiculous.
Indeed. I think people know how I feel. I've been doing stuff on Friday nights, showing what's been going on, and so this next one should be pretty good.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so what useless talent do you have?
Useless talent. I can count it cross stitch. That's pretty useless.
Yeah, but it's a good way to kind of keep your hands busy.
I haven't done it in a couple years since I went back to work and stuff. Now that I'm doing the YouTube game, don't see me having any time for it. I used to do it when I was much younger. I think I was in junior high when my mom showed me. I would call that pretty useless.
Hey everybody, your boy Pat just joined us. Faithless, greetings. Good to see y'all. Johnny Bonsaco, I missed you earlier, didn't I, man? What's up? Everybody's blue now. Let's see. All right, so if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, and one question only, what question would that be?
Why useless diseases? Why would we need diseases? The cancers and awful stuff.
Okay.
I'll see the point in it.
Yeah. We're all going to die anyway, right?
That's true.
Yeah. Well, speed this shit up. Just saying.
Right.
All right. So if you could go back in time and spend a week with anybody, who would it be and why? A whole week.
A week. I don't know. Maybe Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh,
to
wow.
see if he was as truly crazy as he comes across in all his work.
Mm.
Or if that was just a persona. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was obsessed with insanity and
I think so.
and going insane. Yeah, man. That's cool. Yeah, he's a great writer. Let's see, where am I? Where I'm getting close to my Lipton questions. What job would you be terrible at?
Oh, I think anything that deals with the public. I hate being in public. I hate dealing with the public. Anything in that capacity, I would be horrible. Awful.
Yeah, right. So it sounds like your skill set is perfect for being a paralegal. It's like
100%.
Yeah, that's cool, man. You know, at least you're happy at what you're doing. A lot of people miserable. A lot of people out of work now for some reason.
Oh, I know. No.
Fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm always, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. All right. So, what is your spirit animal? This is a new one I've added in. I like this question.
I don't know. I would assume everyone would pick a predator. I think I'm going to go with a mouse. Because I like to be sneaky and coming in and out and have... I like just being devious. Come out at night, sneak around and mess with your stuff. Then I go back to my little hidey hole when everyone wakes up.
Yeah,
I think I would be a mouse.
That's great. I like it. Just don't let it manifest in gay ops and that kind of shit, please. For God's sake.
Absolutely not.
It's not like there's enough of that shit going around. All right.
Exactly.
So now we're at the famous Lipton questions, right? Named after James Lipton, who used to do a show called Inside the Actor Studio. And he would ask everybody he interviewed these questions. They come from a man named Bernard Pivot, which is pivot, right? So it's not it's not a set of questions to pivot, literally. You know what I'm saying? From one thing to another, but it's named after that dude. So I always thought that was an interesting play on words. Anyway, so all right, let's. Speaking of words, what is your favorite word?
Fuck. It's I use it like a comma. I do. It's my go-to for everything.
What's your least favorite word?
I'll go with moist. Ever since my sister, it was her least favorite word, I tend to agree with her.
Moist. See, what turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
Like strong-minded people. Just even sometimes if they're wrong, if they just stick with it. Although it may irritate me, I kind of admire that. I don't know if it's the pure stupidity or hard-headedness that I admire.
That's interesting. That's well, like a little backbone, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what turns you off creatively, or spiritually, or emotionally?
Pure liars. Openly lies. You can. I can't deal with it. Or if someone comes at me and calls me a liar, nothing pisses me off more.
I hear you. All right, so what's your favorite curse word? You said your favorite word. So
yeah, it was fuck. When I was younger, my first curse word was bullshit to me by my father. So I could go with that one.
Did your dad sit you down and say, "Oh, I want to teach you a curse word now"?
I'm pretty sure that's how it went. They're the usual typical baby first words. That was my first true word, And he said it was quite adorable when I said it out in public, especially.
Bullshit.
It would irritate my mom, but you know.
That's great. Y'all are unique people. I'd love to meet your family. Sound like fun people, actually.
I'm telling you, we're a bunch of trolls.
So what sound or noise do you hate?
Whining will set me off. I can't stand it.
What about the noise that you love?
Like bass. Play a song with some good bass.
Right?
I'm down with it.
Sorry, yeah. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Maybe writing. I don't know if I'm creative enough to write, but that's always interested me since I was a child.
So what profession would you not like to do?
Really anything in the medical field.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Did just fine.
Good deal. No, yeah, that's a good answer, man. I like that. All right, chat. It's time to queue up your questions, as it were. Put a couple of question marks before or after if you can, please, so I can definitely know that's what it is. Attack Alpaca. Greetings. I love that phrase, that word, that name. Attack Alpaca. You know?
I love seeing them in the chat. Brings a smile to my face looking at that profile picture.
Yeah.
Every time. I don't know what it is, but it just makes me smile.
Yeah. And alpaca, I don't know the difference between alpacas and llamas. They look like the same animal to me, but who am I? You know? Yeah. So, all right, while we're waiting for that, all right, so we're kind of back at the part where we're talking about YouTube, right?
Okay.
But before that, let's say, all right, Grillin' Pirate Pete says, "Hey, yeah, good birthday?" Question mark. Oh, Prospero's asking Grillin' Pirate Pete. I see. Now I feel dumb. Thanks, Prospero. You've done it again. Talk about ball busting. She is fucking awesome. Yeah, she's funny as hell.
I love her.
Cracks me up. All right, just looking. Any questions at all? Zell, oh my God, how are you doing, man? It's been a while. Have you ever dealt with a Karen, Mr. Muax?
Other than his mom, I have. Can go. Hey, Karen. Like, anything can set me off. Love conflict. Don't know why. If you're gonna put me out in public, I hate dealing with the public. If you're gonna put me out there, I might pick a fight with someone just to make it worth going out in public.
Yeah, you get pugilistic with other ladies, or is it gender not matter?
Gender doesn't matter to me. My middle daughter is 16. She's at that age where she's being like a nice young woman. And there are some guys that will look over at her, which is kind of natural, but it's the ones that just openly stare at her. I just have to say something. I'm like, dude, 16 will get you 20. You better hope they get to you before I do. And stuff like that. My daughters are always telling me, Mom, you can't go in public. You're going to be shot. One day we're going to have to call the cops because you're just going to be shot because you run your mouth too much. I find it hilarious. My husband thinks it's funny, but not so much our daughters.
Well, you know, and that you're a mama bear, and that's how you're going to be, you know what I'm saying?
And I'm sure I'd look ridiculous being 5 foot nothing, and they probably assume I'm a teenage girl out with my friends, and I'm over here running my mouth to them. I think it shocks a lot of people. I do it.
Yeah. I wonder why the chat box is not coming up. We should be, I don't know. It's probably my fault anyway. Sorry about that. Got focused on it. I do want to acknowledge Anne Frankenberry. That is a great name. My hat's off to Anne Frankenberry. Hey, Mr. Boo. Okay, good deal. All right. Come on, people. Ask some questions. See if
I know which one is my sister in that.
Oh, yeah.
The Jabby McBake. She said, "You are a Karen," is my sister.
All right, Jabby. Hi, Jabby McBake. It's nice to meet you. All right. While we're waiting on that, I got a couple of. I always have more questions. I've got more questions than I usually ask, just for situations like this. How many chickens would it take to kill an elephant?
How many chickens would it take?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. 50?
Okay. The best answer I've ever heard was one: freeze it and shove it down his throat and choke him to death.
Oh, that's way more creative than I could be.
That's pretty fucking devious, right? It's like,
Yeah.
Where'd that come from, man? That's just, you learn something new about everybody every day. What's the most imaginative insult you can come up with?
I don't think you want me to say it.
Say it.
You're just wait, hold on. Just an AIDS-infested cum bubble on a faggot's ass.
Holy moly. Oh.
I told you.
Hey, I'm not monetized, so I don't give a fuck. So you say what you want.
You may want to
man.
cut that one out.
I don't care. Hey, man, everybody's everybody. And I dig people. So where's the strangest place you've ever urinated or defecated?
Oh, wow.
These are intrusive as hell, aren't they?
On a friend's roof. It's a long, but yeah, was on a friend's roof for her house.
Where's the strangest place you've ever done a nasty?
In a school gazebo in a parking lot.
Oh, wow. What's the weirdest smell you've ever smelled?
Oh no. I'll just go with curry. I don't like the smell of curry. It's weird to me.
I feel you. All right. What this is a question I've really never asked anybody. I've really been wanting to. What ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing?
Oh. So we have a food place down here called Panera Bread.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty new in our area at the time. And I had asked my husband what is Panera. He said bread. I was like, so they named the restaurant Bread. And he dead face was like, yeah. I just went with it. And by the end of the day, he was cracking up. And he's like, that place is not called Bread. It's just Panera. And I don't know. I trust him too much. So he always does shit to me like that all the time.
Yeah. Uzi gets the same kind of shit from me. So, yeah. And she's a brown-eyed redhead too. So, there's a theme with this month's ladies is they've all been redheads.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Ma'am. I mean, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What celebrity would you rate as a perfect 10?
I always forget his name. It's Jason
Momoa? No?
I can't even think of what the movie... It will come to me.
Who does he play?
So he is a hired driver. And it's usually ending in a car chase and stuff. That's what I think of his name. See, this is what I'm talking about. I'm horrible with
You probably can see
actors.
his face. Yeah.
I know he's think he's British.
Oh, the other Jason Statham.
Yes.
Yeah. Good for you.
Oh, it's the husband just texted me. Yep, Jason Statham.
Yeah. All right. So, what's the closest thing to real magic we have today?
This is going to be a lame mom answer. Childbirth is this thing.
Nice.
It's pretty amazing. The whole process is amazing.
So, how many kids do you have now?
I have 3.
Any more on the way or planned?
Oh, no.
Or, no? You going to stop there?
No. We're done. My oldest is 18. My youngest is 12. If we try to have more now, it's like starting over. I'm enjoying the idea of all my kids moving out, being on their own.
That's awesome. Yeah, man. All right, so we're back at YouTube. We've evidently we got all the crowd questions we're going to get. So, all right, who would you say is a criminally undersubscribed YouTuber that you watch?
It's gonna sound like total bullshit, but it's completely you. I've been trying to get all my friends to come and watch your stuff because I find it amazing. It's outside the box of everything else that I watch.
Wow.
And did manage to bring a couple over. So
Indeed. And I thank you for the compliment. It's just, I'm really not fishing for compliments, people. And I know that sounds like total bullshit, but the reason I do this, well, really the biggest, the most consistent answer I've gotten is Scribe Light. And this is even from people that really aren't associated with the scene and stuff. Yeah, he's, really got a really tight content, product, actually.
I love Scribe.
Yeah.
His TEDx.
Yeah, that stuff
are killing me.
Yeah.
It's killing me. I'm
the
like,
lockdown's doing good for him, man. It's like he's I like him. I like him on the fly. He's got some. I like it.
Cracks me up.
Let's see. All right, what about a YouTuber that's just way overhyped?
I don't know. I watch very few YouTubers.
Right.
So, I'm trying to think of one that I recently, Meme the Left. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. He's Australian and he covers American politics.
Right.
At first, I really got into it. The more I watched, I was like, no, I don't understand it. See, he's one of those that when he does or something, constantly repeats himself trying to get to that 10-minute mark. Mm-hmm. So I finally just subscribed.
God, I can't stand that shit either, man. If you can say it in 3 minutes, say it in 3 minutes and get the fuck out.
Exactly.
I mean, really. Because I'm not going to go into my opinion about a certain bearded YouTuber. You can narrow that shit down. All right, so talk about your content and what's going to go on with this no opinion thing. Where do you want to see it go?
Not sure where I want to see it go yet. We're still trying to figure things out. I think Mr. Moo is going to continue to be our serious one, which within itself is hilarious because he's 14. Wow. And he's streaming with me, who's almost 30. Well, I'll be 39 this year, and his father. And Johnny Bonsacco is his dad.
Oh, wow.
So he's more serious with the 3 of us. And I find that just hilarious. I think I'm going to let Moo do his thing, and if he wants to talk about politics, he can talk about politics. And then Johnny, he's just full of jokes, and he likes funny videos, and I think I'm going to try to do the WikiHow stuff. pull from what they talk about on their nights and try to find the most ridiculous WikiHow article on it and try to be serious about it, all completely trolling.
Yeah, as a
That
matter
makes any sense.
yeah, I was watching that a little while back, and you were cracking me up with this. I can't even remember when it was. It was a great presentation. It was funny as hell. Because it sounded, I can't remember what it was. Oh, I hate that when I'm old. it comes with the territory. Forget
We
shit.
covered many things in that episode. Did alligator eat and
Yeah.
to teach. One of my deep dark secrets is watch Copper Cab and totally troll him 100% and do things that I would never imagine doing in any chat. We'll do it in his, and he showed up that night trying to troll me back.
You're kidding. So that when y'all were talking, so he was really there.
He was really there.
Oh shit!
Was in our chat trying to troll us. He's a way bigger YouTuber than I will ever imagine myself being.
Yeah.
He showed up to our live stream trying to troll us, and I gave it back to him live on the air and threatened to open his chat the next night, and I did, and my job pissed him off pretty well. So it's my little deep dirty secret. Like all these other chats, I'm just myself. I'm nice.
You're an
interact
angel.
with people.
You're an angel on my chat. You're awesome.
Thank you. I become a troll. Copper Cab. Or cab only.
Well, I don't know, man. There's a certain level of I'm constantly have reached a point to where I'm kind of trolling a little bit all the time now. It's like, fuck it,
I mean, it's funny.
If
it's not 100% like pure hateful, I find it to be fun.
That's what I was going to say, man. If you get into this thing and you really want to do it, don't fuck up like I did and take it seriously at first, and try to pursue something. I'm finding out the more I'm just having fun, the better my show gets. And just do you, man, because that's really what people are drawn to with my content. It's because it's my content, right? And I'm doing it. And same with you, and Johnny, he is funny as hell. Go ahead.
Cracks me up. He cracks me up all the time.
Yeah. And Richo, I saw he was in a couple of them. Is he going to be a constant or neg? Or?
In iStream, I let him know he has an open invitation to join us anytime. I don't know. He may become a permanent thing. Haven't talked about it. He may be hearing about it right now, but I adore Richo.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Well, see, I didn't even know. I was thinking he was a kid at first, and then I heard him and I said, "Oh, this is an Aussie dude," So anyway, it's neither here nor there. Let's see. All right, so it's a tradition to chill your channel, not chill your channel. And final word for the chat and the people watching. Wikipedia snippet. Why aren't you blue? See, did I miss anybody? Hey, Dar, what's up, man? I didn't see you pop in. Check your logic. Hey. So in the description are links to Becca's YouTube. It's her channel, and to her Twitter. Subscribe to both, there's what do you got coming up this week? Y'all planning on doing anything? Is there a certain night?
At Tuesday night on my channel, 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Central Standard Time, and then Thursday nights is Mr. Moo's channel, time. And then we're trying to start streaming on Johnny's channel on Sundays, but YouTube hasn't approved him, I guess. So I think we will be streaming from his channel till
Right.
Johnny's approved. And that's Sunday, 8 p.m., 10 p.m. Standard Central. Oh my goodness. I need to get better at these times. So we may add more nights. Just like I said, still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Trying to get our personalities all worked out and go from there.
Well, I wish you nothing but the best, and I think that y'all find a rhythm and a formula there that'll be really really fun to engage with. I look forward to it, to be honest.
I appreciate that.
And yeah, no problem, man. I'm shooting straight. I can't blow smoke up people's ass. I'm not a fireplace. You know what I'm saying?
In the same way.
So and on that note, people, Thursday night, Big Fat Brian and I are going to be talking about the series Devs, which is a science fiction series that's on FX. So and it's available through Hulu, and if you've got FX with your cable, you can watch it with that too. It's 8 episodes, and it's very heady, deep shit, man. It gets into multiple reality theory and whether, simulation theory, things like that. Also quantum shit, multiverse concept. It's pretty cool. And Friday night, of course, with another Creem stream. A week from today, it's going to be the one and only Accelerate, who managed to slip under the radar all this time. And I'm talking, it's almost 2 years doing this thing. So I got him next week. I've got feelers out for episode 100 of ICI. So just keep your eyes open and your fingers crossed. And on that note, Becca, I don't have anything else to say to this bunch of folks. How about you?
Nope, that's about all I have.
Well, let's say bye-bye, fam.
Bye, everyone.
And we'll see y'all on the flip side, as they say. This is Irate saying I'm OUT.
Every week on Friday,
Midnight Eastern.
the Creem stream, the weekly world news for YouTube. Sundays, 5 p.m. Eastern, the ice cream interviews, fascinating people. Thursdays,
9 p.m. Eastern.
hot takes with the Butter Baron, watching horrible shit so you don't have to. Subscribe to Irate Prostate now.
Thanks, y'all. Have a great week. Avoid the coof.